Hi guys, does your RV have a lock like this one? If so, this is an essential upgrade for just $50 that could prevent you from being locked in or out of your RV. In just 7 short minutes, I'll save you hours of pain and suffering. Coming right up. Okay, before we start, I just need to point out that this kit I'm about to show you currently only works on the Trimark T507 handle, the one with a large curve. If you have a flat handle, this kit won't work. However, give the number I'm about to show you a call because they may have made one by now, and believe me, this is the best $50 worth of preventative maintenance you'll ever spend on your RV. We had a guest take our RV out and they got locked in. Thankfully it was a Class C so they could get in and out of the door, but they had to cut their trip short, and imagine how embarrassed I was. It's a quick fix, it takes about 15 minutes and I'll talk you through it right now. Okay, so first job is, let's get the door open so we can access the back of the lock. To take the lock off, you're just going to need a standard Phillips screwdriver. Okay, now we've got access to the back of the door. There are 3 screws. We're just going to go ahead and remove those. You can now just go ahead and gently pull. There are 2 screws just here on the side. They need to come out as well. Okay, now we've taken the screws out, we can go ahead and release the door catch, and the lock is now free to come out. So we just need to give it a little push. These 2 bolts need to come out of the hole. Just be gentle, give it a little wiggle, and out it comes. Okay, so now we've got the offending item on the bench, we can go ahead and get the lock out. Now the first thing you need to do is make sure this is in the open position, so all the way down, so you've got access to this area. We're going to take a big fat screwdriver. This one's already broken because I broke it earlier off camera, but it's very easy to break. If you take the big screwdriver and push it down between the bolt itself, and all we're going to do is lever backwards, boom, and that will just break apart. It's very easy to do. Then you can bring the front out. It has a spring in there as well. The new one comes with a spring, but sometimes it's a little bit rusty, and this one's actually quite good, so we'll reuse that. And then the next trick is to get this piece out of in here. So we just bring it forward and just gently lever it up. It's a little bit tricky, so just be patient. You might need to give it a little bit of help, but it will come out. And there you go. There's your 2 broken pieces, about as useful as a chocolate teapot. Okay, so now we've done away with the rubbish, we can put the strong one in. So with the kit comes a 2-piece bolt, a small hex key for this one here, and a Torx bit to get these 2 bolts off. We're going to use the original spring because I think it's in better condition than the one that came. It's a little bit rusty, but if you've lost your spring, this one will do. Well, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take these off first. Alright, next we're going to take the long piece and we're going to make sure that the countersink is facing upwards. From the rear, again, it's a little bit fiddly, but we're just going to guide it in. Just pull it over the back here, just be gentle, it's plastic inside, and it will just pop into place, and it sits in these 2 little spikes. You can see the countersink is just poking out. Okay, next we're going to get the spring and the front part. I'm going to put the spring in place, and we're going to go ahead and remove the bolt inside. Now, making sure the spring slides in correctly, just holding it together. I'm just going to gently push it in. Right, so the next thing to do is close this back up again. And remember I said this was about as useful as a chocolate teapot? Well, I lied, because now you can actually use this little spike to place in here. That'll allow you to now push this in order to get the bolt in. Okay, once that's in, it's definitely now about as useful as an ashtray on a motorcycle. So now what we need to do is go ahead and put the strike plate back in. So for this we need to make sure it goes in the correct way. Okay, you can see there are 4 holes that need to be lined up, and ideally you would have some kind of thread sealer or thread lock. I would just go ahead and pop a piece on. Okay, so we've finished in the workshop, we're ready to put it back in the door. So first thing you want to do is make sure this is in the closed position. It will just give you more space to get it in the hole. Then you can just gently go and line it up, lining the bolts up. It will pop in. Now be careful to open this back up again so you don't lock yourself out. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and take 2 of your screws, and you don't want to put them in too tight. This is just to hold the lock into place. Trick with these is don't do anything up tight until all the screws are in place. Okay, so now we can go ahead and put the cover plate on. These slots are shaped like a D, so just make sure they line up properly. It's a little bit fiddly, so just take your time. Okay, once you've got your plate on, then you can put your screws in. Okay, just check everything works. Job done. Okay, I hope that was helpful. If so, please give us a big thumbs up and remember to subscribe for more RV know-how.